Okay, we're going to take a look at some hand action here and how we go to the ball. I've got a player here on the left that does not have a perfect swing, right? The stance is open. We've got some pinched knees. Trying to make the point that we don't have to be perfect to start to make improvements, okay? But let's, with Dominic here, we're going to start with the hands, obviously. So let's move the player on the left forward a little bit. Watch how, when his hands start to go to the ball, it's really a full a connected swing, right? So it's his hands and his body and everything moving synchronized. So let's move it forward a couple frames here. He gets his load. He takes really a big step. Again, that's too big of a step. But let's watch his hands from right about here. All right. And as his hands start to go, so clearly his hand's starting to go right there, so too is his hip, right? So his hip is also moving, and we've got some movement down here as well. And of course, like I said, the hands are going. Continue to move forward. The hands, the hip, the knee now, everything moving. And so what we would call that is a connected swing. That his hands and his backside are connected, and he's to the ball. Let's take it back and let's draw a line. Let's draw a line from his hands back approximately to where they come from, and let's just see how much on a straight line he stays. Okay, watch the line. Pretty good, okay? Let's come over here and take a look at our player. And let's see, the first thing we can take a look at is, of course, the hands. And let's just put a circle, you know, on the hip, on the foot, and let's see if we're connected. Okay? We really haven't seen much movement of the hip or the foot, but of course we're seeing it in the hands. And now we finally start to turn the back foot starting to go. Certainly now the hip starting to come through, and we're making contact. That's the thing here is we're not swinging and missing, but we know that this is not going to be where we want to be long term. Let's move it back. And let's take a look at, hands are about here. Figure they're coming from here. Let's see how much on a line we stay here with these hands. Okay, so we're pretty good distance here. Again, let's go back to this player. His hands did not stay completely on the line, but look at the difference, in distance. A very, very small line here where he's left the straight hands to the ball versus this distance, right? It's just too much of a drop. And so when we talk with this player about, hey, take your hands straight to the ball, another way to attack this problem is to talk about staying connected. To talk about that, look, we're not going to swing just with our hands. We're going to swing completely connected with our backside, with the back foot, and that if it's a connected swing, I think we can diminish the amount of hand drop there.